Hey guys, Rich here. Welcome back to the RC Informer YouTube channel. This video we're doing kind of last minute because we got the go-ahead yesterday to show this airplane off a little early. So we were supposed to show it Friday, but I put a few videos out on it. So if you guys are here, welcome. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how your audio is. I'm showing a green bar here that everything's good, and this battery's charged, so I'm going to unplug this because I charged up a battery to throw into DRACO here because I'm getting it ready to go off to Seth, folks. Lots of stuff's going on here. Let's see, welcome all. Their Shadow Ops is in the house. I've had to move over. Hang on a sec. I've had to move over into the corner here. Give me a second because this plane's just too darn big. Let's see, let me move a couple things around here. Move that over. All right, there we go. I've had to move myself like kind of into this corner here because this plane is just massive. It's unreal how big this thing is, and I keep snagging these little wingtip whisker things here, so almost knocked it off the table the other day walking around it. But if you guys can, give me I see Stephanie Duke from France is here. All right, awesome. And let's see, Mike Bird's here. Let's see what we got. Working but on my headphones. That's Victor RC Jets. Nate is here. Yo-yo. Johnson, that's what I'm thinking too. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up. Make sure your sound is good. Let me know everybody's got everything going good, and we'll get on with everything. Let me put in my microphone wire. All right, let's see what we got. We got a few viewers here. See if we can get some more guys up here. Looks like we got about 17 folks here. All right, JCB67's here. Let's see, Mega Robbie Dobby's in the house. Cusack 911. BD Tennessee. Checking in, Rich. Thanks for coming. Let's see, Shadow Ops. Of course, he's always around. Bruce Beamer. John Jeffries. Yeah, let me, while I'm waiting for guys to come in, what I'm going to do is try to maneuver without knocking this plane off the radio, off the table. I got the tail of the airplane chalked, so, because I don't have chocks big enough for these tires. So I'm going to throw a battery in here real fast. We're probably going to get the wings off this at some point because it's so much easier to maneuver around this plane when the wings are not on it. So I'm being real careful not to move my computer. We got a lot of lag last time. And I don't know, that was some weird internet, whatever, signal or something. I'm going to throw this thing in there real fast. So let's get this going. If you guys got some questions, throw them out here. I'm reading as I'm putting this in. I see Dana's RC says, "Hi Rich, what do you feel about the detail of all the Horizon planes over the year?" Yeah, the DRACO is amazing. It is pretty cool. And I did put an unbox video out, guys, so if you guys check that unbox video out. Let me step up here. There's no way. I went into real extreme detail there, and I'll show you some detail here too as well. Let's see. Nate said he just got back from flew his flight line Spitfire. Nice overcast morning. Have you seen RC Girls DRACO Maiden? No, I hadn't seen it. How'd it turn out? Pretty good. Let's see. Let's see, I haven't looked at anything, guys. I'm actually getting ready for Seth. I almost really don't even have time to do this today, but I figured let me do that so I can, let me do a little live thing for everybody so y'all can ask some questions. The model's pretty awesome. It's got some extreme detail on it. Like I said, the unbox video I did, that's really going to go into a ton of detail on it. And again, we'll talk about some of that stuff right here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's take a look here real quick. Dana's RC, the detail on this thing is awesome. Let's see. Haven't seen the RC Girls maiden flight. Shadow Ops says, smash the like button, guys. Yeah, I appreciate that. That always helps us out, folks. Hitting the like button forces the YouTube algorithm to share our videos. So we appreciate that, folks. Let's see. Let's see. Sleek plane, just too expensive. I tell you, for the detail you get and the size of this airplane, you can't touch this for the price tag that's on it. I mean, the level of detail that went into this, if you tried to build this yourself, even there's no way you'd touch it for the asking price on this thing. So it's a 2-meter airplane. So guys, just price out a 2-meter airplane of any kind, you know, made out of wood or something, with the motor, speed controller, servos, with the receiver in it, all the lighting. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's at least probably 17 to 19 lights on this airplane, including the cockpit lights up too. So you guys, you can't touch it for the, I know guys are saying, oh, it's a foam plane and the price on it. Honestly, it ought to be more expensive than that. I mean, because there's so much stuff to this airplane, it's not funny. Let's see, looks like a carbon plane, a very expensive carbon plane. Let's see what we got. Let's look. Hope you're having a good day, someone said. Let's see. JCB, it went inverted. Yeah, it flew inverted. I did fly it inverted the other day just to mess with it. It was a little windy to be doing it. Here, let's see. Yeah, the tires are pretty cool. They're very huge. They're all foam. We'll have the plane at SEF, folks. So we're going to have it there, you know, we're going to have it there for the whole week of next week. So we're going to leave here in the next couple days, and we'll be there all week. So come check it out. We'll be flying it. We'll be next to the Horizon guys. So, you know, check it out. Let's see. Let's see. We got Jens Schubert from Germany. Thanks for coming. Let's see. Shadow Ops was out flying his Kingfisher. The FMS Kingfisher is pretty awesome. Let's see. Everybody's having a good day. Let's see. Hello from North Georgia. See you at SEF. That's Hibbid. Hibbid. Yeah. Hibbide. H-I-B-B-I-E-D. Hibbide. All right. We'll be there. Meticulous All is here. Just got done watching your unboxing. Glad you liked it. I went into a lot of detail. It was an hour and 10 minutes, but I tell you what, I could talk about this thing all day with the amount of detail that's on it. It was kind of hard to know where to start and where to stop with talking about the details on this, because it is pretty intense. I mean, because you've got really nice slats that are all detailed with rivets. I mean, you've got these lower landing lights that point forward. This is a flasher that points down. All the servos are hidden, but they have access to them, so you can adjust them and remove them. There's little counterweights on the wings, little wingtip scrape whiskers here. All your lights, your stall fences, exhaust decals, the steps. There's steps here that are used, you know, by the pilot to get on the airplane. Little grab rails here. I mean, it's unreal. Just the prop detail itself, you know, with the painted red and, you know, the little placards on them and everything. And then Mike Patey's signature, all of his sponsors on the airplane. I mean, just the detail on this thing is pretty darn awesome. I mean, it's intense. It's hard to, like I said, it was hard to get it done in an hour and 10 minutes, honestly, to do all that stuff. Let's see. It went inverted. Yeah. Oh, JCB67 said it went in inverted. Was that the RC Girls Draco Maiden? Okay, well, yeah. Well, mine flew inverted fine. I mean, it was a little tough to do it because this is a high lift wings, folks. It has a curve to the underside, and so does the upper. And then it's got this slat, so it's sort of double winged, so it's a very, very high lift for positive lift. So negative, it's like it's pulling the airplane down. So it'll do inverted. You need full elevator rate, you know, to do that kind of thing. But it will do it. It's just not really meant for it. It's a high lift STOL plane. So, oh, it went in inverted. All right, I'll have to watch that. Well, if anything, she'll get lots of hits on that. People love to see that kind of thing. This is a beautiful flying airplane, folks. It's very docile, and I'll go so far as to say it's like a training plane. It's very easy to fly. Doesn't have any bad tendencies. It'll fly to a slow speed. I've only flown it a couple times too. You guys saw the flight video. It'll fly so slow, and the landing gear's so big, the tires are so big and it's so wide that, I mean, you can land it side, kind of on its one wheel, and it'll pretty much right itself. You just got to stay on the ailerons because the wings are big and have a lot of inertia, but they also have a lot of aileron deflection. So, it's very controllable. So it's very trainer-like, folks. Let's see what else we got. Charles Drysdale's here. Thanks for coming. Dad's RC Hangers here. Thanks for coming, guys. We got about 30 guys. Again, guys, I did this very impromptu. This airplane was down in my garage, actually, because I have about 20 airplanes down there ready to go into a trailer and RV to go off to Ceph. So, here, I'll throw that up here real quick. If you guys can make it, come on to Ceph. It's going to be pretty darn awesome. I mean, I've got at least for Ceph alone, I'm giving the event coordinator 5 brand new airplanes, new in the box, okay, to give to everybody. And those are compliments of all the all the sponsors. I always get that wrong. FMS is giving us an airplane. They're also giving us one of their crawlers from Rock Hobby. So we're going to have to give away, I think, a BAE Hawk for everybody. That's going to be one of the raffle planes I'm bringing because of you guys watching my channel. I think we're getting a Katana, a Rock Hobby Katana. And then from Dynam, we'll have a Spitfire on floats, and I'll have mine there to show everybody. We'll be flying it on the water. It's awesome. Roaring Top LiPo, we're going to have batteries for folks. So there's going to be some for sale. Just come check with me, and I'll have them there also. There's going to be some they're giving away. We'll have some for the raffle there. So Arrows and Hobby Zone. Right up there, guys, if you can see above the flyer, above the Extreme Flight flyer there, the Technum, I'll have that on floats as well. So we'll be flying. I haven't flown it yet, but we'll fly it there first time and film it and stuff. So, we'll have that there. But Hobby Zone, they're giving us, and this is pretty cool, folks. Hobby Zone is throwing in a Husky Special Edition. So I'm going to have my Special Edition Husky there to fly for everybody. So come to the tent, check it out, guys. It's going to be nice. Foam tack and beacon adhesives, they're throwing in a bunch of glue for the giveaway. And actually, if you guys come to my tent, I'll have glue for you guys. I'm going to actually give a few away. I'm going to give some to the event coordinator, Bob Bernard. He's going to be doing raffles with that stuff and giving it out that way. But I'm going to have some at my tent too to hand to everybody because I want to, for you guys that watch my channel, come to the tent. I'll hand you over some glue. Probably same thing with Zap. Zap is another sponsor of mine, and they're going to give us CA and so forth to give out. So I'll have that for everybody as well. So also, Ernst Manufacturing. I got to give it up for Ernst, guys. I'm on the ground here. Sorry, folks. But they're going to give us some stands, okay? I think they already arrived there, okay? So Ernst stands for everybody as well. Not everybody, but there's going to be some giveaways on this. I don't know what they all sent, but they sent a bunch over to Bob. They might even throw in some of their organizer trays. I don't know what all they're sending, but Ernst Manufacturing has really stepped up. I'll have an Ernst banner there, so look for that too. I'll have that out front. And then Ray Guniak 33, afterburner guy, 2 made-to-order afterburners. So those are going to be giveaways too at the raffle. So come on out, guys. It's going to be cool. And you'll have a little voucher to fill out, and then I'll send that to Ray, or Ray will mail you what you need for your airplane. So that's pretty cool. And then also, guys, Banana Hobby is throwing in 2 airplanes. I think we're going to get a Spitfire to give away, and I think we're also going to have a T-28. Okay, so pretty cool, guys. Lots of airplanes to give away and stuff. Banana Hobby's making their comeback, so we'll have stuff from them. And of course, at the top of the flyer here, you see all the way at the top, Extreme Flight, Flex Innovations, and Horizon Hobby. Especially Extreme Flight and Flex. They're like the primary sponsors of this thing, so they're going to have a lot of giveaways as well, too. I don't know what all they're doing, but they and Horizon have thrown a lot into the pot here for Ceph. So if you guys can make it out, come on out. So anyway, let me get rid of that there. But let's see what else we got here. So JCB 67. So the RC girls, Draco went in inverted. Yeah, well, I'll go check that out. Like I said, nice looking plane. I had fun. Let's see, Johnson 74 Squadron had fun flying his Timber X 2 weeks. Retired Army pilot. So, oh, hang on a second, I missed that. Let me see. Let me go back to that. I'm behind on the chat log here. There's been a lot of guys chatting while I've been talking. Oh wow, yeah, okay, wow, I went way back here. Yeah, Ceph is going to be awesome. That's Mega Robbie Dobby. Come check it out. Come on out. Let's see. Man, I went way back there. Holy smokes. Oh, wow. Let's see. Crunched it. Exhaust pipes look tricky too. Yeah, Johnson's. John 74 Squadron. I hear they fly good. Oh, sorry. Hello from France. That Jean-Louis Cassot. I hope I said that right. Cassot? I hope I got that right. Anyway, thanks for coming. Hello from France. I have a question about the landing gear. Are dampers only springed or are they have real oil-filled dampers? Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, okay, but they seem to be just springed. It doesn't seem like they're dampening, okay, much. They're just sort of springing back, so I know exactly what you're talking about. However, if you watch the flight video I did, you'll see how the landing gear absorbs the shock really well. It seems almost like it's on dampers because it does absorb it well, even though I don't think that they are oil-filled. If they are, it's kind of got me fooled, but it seems like it's just springed. So I hope that answers your question. It's always good to have the oil dampers and stuff. So let's see, Bruce Beamer's howdy, beautiful flyer. That's Shadow. Let's see, Bruce Beamer. Let's see, cockpit lights. The cockpit lights up for the fake instrument panel. Yeah, it does. Sweet plane. Let's see, Great Scott RC is here. Let's see, good bikes. That's an interesting name. Yay. Let's see, what do we got? No, I'm past that already. Kind of going through the chats here. I'm looking at my big screen up here. Let's see, Dad's RC Tango says, looks sexy, not sure if I will get it though, maybe. Yeah, it's a nice flyer. I mean, it really is great detail. So, DB Tennessee, I'd like to see the mix drone, the mix done for the backup light top come on when in reverse. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. That just comes on with the knob. It's pretty similar to the DRACO. Let's see, what is it Johnson said? Not sure what he's talking about. Let's see. RC Girls pilot put it in inverted, crunched it. Yeah, that's too bad. It's really not an inverted flying plane. I don't know. I hadn't seen the video, so. Let's see, Roofer's holiday today, 50, 60 mile per hour winds. Oh, DRACO, speaking of winds, if you fly this, try to fly it for the first time in calmer, light winds, okay? Because it is like a big kite. We saw what happened to Mike Patey when he was taking off in a crosswind. So always, whatever you do, go in a headwind when you first fly this, because it's got a lot of wing and it's got a lot of inertia. And when wing gets under a wing, it can take it. So as long as you're going into the wind, you're fine with this thing. But try to fly it first couple times on a lighter day. I found that full aileron control is what I'm using. And you see that in the flight video. I found it didn't have enough control for me. I put no expo in it. I think the manual calls for like 5%. I didn't put any in it. I don't think it needs it. So but you got a lot of wing control. Even on the ground when you're taxiing and you're just rolling a little bit, you want to stay on the ailerons so the wind doesn't get under a wing. So just kind of, just sort of stay with it. Shadow Op said, unless on weekends and taking care of the kids, I'm always around. Oh, retired Army pilot. All right. Hey, Shadow Op, so what did you fly in the Army? Did you fly helicopters or what did you fly? Let me know. Bruce Beamer, damn, man, that's, yeah. Cracks me up on the too expensive comments. I'll pay anyone to build me this plane with all the electronics and engineering that went into this plane. Yeah, I'll pay anyone to, I don't know what that means. This is Perry F. says, cracks me up on the too expensive comments. I'll pay anyone to build me this plane with all the electronics and engineering that went into it. Yeah, I mean, it's worth it, guys. The time savings alone, $600, you can't touch this airplane to build it yourself or one out of fiberglass or something. Let's see, I need to get an 8-channel transmitter to use the motor reverse feature on it. Yeah, I'm not sure. That might be something you don't need that. I'm not 100% sure, but I was able to put it in. So, in fact, I think, I'm not sure. I think that the 6-channel, I think you can use, I think you can still use the reverse. I'm not sure. I don't want to comment on it because I literally just got this together and have been flying it here just lately. So, Let's see. DRACO has a lot of power compared to other stole and trainer birds. Yes, it does. Got lots. And in fact, I was flying it on a 5,000. I'm going to put a 32 and fly it just to see. But even on the 5, it vertical. It went up. It climbed nicely. It went vertical. I could get it straight up and just fly it vertically out of sight. So it's not a fast airplane. DRACO is not a speedy bird. I mean, it'll go quick enough, you know, but you know, it's to land in tight places, really. Okay, we got let's see, Charles Drysdale. He's coming to us from Nova Scotia, looking good. When is this baby for sale in Germany? That I don't know. Let's see. Yes, Rich, does it like to float like most high wings? Oh yeah, this thing crawls in. Well, I got the flight demo out, guys. Check it out. And I don't have it. We had quite a bit of wind when we flew it, but yeah, it floats. It lands in like no time at all. The reverse thrust feature you don't really need either, guys. I mean, it lands so slow. Reverse thrust is just kind of one of those neat things. So let's see. Rich, I'll go watch your unboxing. Haven't seen an unboxing yet. Are you the first to do an unboxing? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. It's pretty detailed, though. If you guys check out the unbox, I went into a lot on this plane. Again, 1 hour and 10 minutes long. So I wanted everybody to have the details on it so you guys can see what's in it and kind of decide for yourself. So Mike Bird is here. Let's see. $600, but not sure about the conversion. Yeah, it's usually more expensive elsewhere, unfortunately. Someone says they're waiting for theirs to arrive. Let's see, Perry F, Shadow Ops. I'm trying to shout out everybody who's here. Dana's RC says he's not the first, but did a good job with the unboxing. Okay. Hi, Dads. Let's see. Mike Bird, howdy. Let's see. That's cool. But okay, Johnson 74 Squadron, Shadow Ops, RC, all HH are being updated with the Spektrum. Yeah. 631 smart receiver. If you pair it up, smart ESC, you'll have the receiver updated. Yeah, you can put motor reversing in any plane. Yeah. And I put my motor reversing. You guys can do whatever you want with that motor reversing, but I put mine on the button, the bind button, because I don't want to flip the switch in flight accidentally and have it reverse. So with the bind button, you have to hold it to have reverse. It's a little challenging to get the throttle that way, to be able to manipulate the throttle and hold that button, but you can do it. So, but it prevents, it's like a safety device, having it on the bind button. Let's see, awesome, you're bringing giveaways, way to support the hobby. Yeah, thanks to you guys, you know, because you guys watch my channel, you know, you share, you like, you subscribe, and then you guys use my links below to purchase. We get a little commission for that. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but all of that stuff that you guys do, that allows me to just send emails to folks and call them and say, hey, can I get a plane for this event? Can we get one? Can we get one? So, and I'm trying to help the CEF guys out, especially because they're a good group over there. And, you know, Joan All was canceled. I said, let's make CEF big if we can. So I called in all the King's horses and all the King's men. So yeah, a lot of airplane giveaways, folks. We're bringing a bunch of stuff for you guys. So I'm hoping folks will come. Trying to get more people out there by doing this. So we'll have, again, we'll have 5 airplanes. We'll have glue. We'll have afterburners. A bunch of stuff that, you know, you guys will win when you're there. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Dad's RC hangar. Shay, yeah, I'd like to have you there if you could come. Yeah, but I know you're overseas there. Do you know, do they start shipping tomorrow? I think we get emails for DRACOs. I think they're technically supposed to ship out on the 23rd. Is that Friday, I think? So that's technically supposed to be the first day. But we weren't supposed to put out, I wasn't supposed to put out any videos on it until Friday. But they moved it up because I guess a lot of stores, a lot of dealers like started selling the plane early. They weren't supposed to. So I guess they talked about it and said, all right, why don't we just let guys get it out now? So I have had these videos loaded in the chamber since last week, ready to go. So when they said launch them, I said, okay, you know, I'll put them out there. Let's see. We'll power this thing up here in a second. I have had good luck with FMS birds and love their quality too. Yeah, FMS makes some nice stuff, folks. I've always been happy with all the FMS stuff. Their fans have always been really great. Let's see, what do we got? Shadow Ops, Johnson 71 Squadron, that's true, the smaller 1400 Kingfisher. Yeah, the 1400 millimeter Kingfisher is an awesome airplane. Really, really stable model with floats, the whole deal. It's a good it's a real good airplane, the Kingfisher. It's kind of one of those sleeper planes people don't know a lot about, but that Kingfisher is pretty awesome. In fact, it's got that water rudder that comes down from the tail. It's that long stick with the rudder, but actually that's better than having one at the end of the floats. Here's the Tectum one, like when you got one at the end of a float like that. But when you have it coming down from the rudder way back here, if the wind is blowing, it acts like a drogue or like a water anchor, because the airplane, it doesn't weather vane in the water as much, and that airplane has that, which is actually a really nice feature. It's kind of hokey seeing a metal wire coming down with a rudder sitting in the back, but when you land and wind is there, it helps keep the plane from weather vaning too much, and you actually steer it a whole lot better because there's more arm out there on that tail. So, all right, let's see. Let's see what else we got. Okay, Rob Schoenbeck, local hobby shop, has them in stock near Savannah, Georgia. Okay, that's good to know. Technically, they're not supposed to be selling them yet, but they might have got released now to do it. Let's see. Shadow Ops says that he flew fixed-wing drones in the Army. Okay, the RQ-7B Shadow. These STOL planes are easier to fly. Yes, better flying time. That's right. Require less maintenance. Yeah, EDFs are a little challenging. They can be. You know, they fly for 3 to 5 minutes. You know, they're higher speed, that kind of thing. But all these STOL planes that are coming out, they're super easy to fly. Anybody can grab them and go. So, and let's see. Bruce Beamer says, Rich, is that the P40 or P39 up there on the shelf? Yes, that's the Banana Hobby P40, folks. So I actually have to throw a couple rods on it from the last unbox we did. So I got to throw a couple rods on it and get it out too. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off here. So I got to throw rods on that and throw a receiver in it because I want to take it to Steph. So I got to try and get that going. So lots of stuff to do. Oh, Shadow Ops was my call sign. Okay, all right, that's why Shadow Ops is called Shadow Ops. The stupid editor on my keyboard is messing up my typing. Okay, yeah, that happens. Okay, let me power this up. Let me grab a radio. Let me try not to snag the whiskers on this thing. Throw this thing on here. I got this set up to my, my NX-10 here. You can barely see me back here. This plane is just darn huge. All right, let's see. I'm going to power this up. Let's get my safety in place here. Try not to snag that thing. Let me power this baby up. Get this going here. Let's see. Let me tell you what. Let me power the radio on first. That's probably a good idea, right? Let's see. Let's get that going. There we go. All right. Let me get the right memory in there. Let's get this going here. System setup. Let's go to model select. DRACO. Let's go to that. Go back. All right, that's in there, ready to go. And here we go. Let's plug this in. All right, we're good to go. All right, flight controls are all getting their thing going. All right, guys, and that is it all plugged in. I've got the lights fully on here, so it's got a super lighting package. You can see here. Let me make sure my safety's still on. Let me put this this top on here. Lots of spar in the nose to keep this thing up and going. But just as a kind of a sample here, there's your prop turning. And with my bind button, which I'll show you all right here, I'll press that. It goes into reverse. So it's actually blowing thrust forward. So again, I did that so I don't inadvertently push it in flight, and you release the button and it goes back to forward again. So you can't accidentally hit it and go into reverse thrust in flight if you set it up that way. So let me put my safety back on. But you can see it's got massive flight controls. I mean, look how much movement. That's set up per the book. Also, something to note, I'm sure you guys can see back here, when I move my aileron stick, you see my rudder moving. That's a program, okay, that comes with the bind and fly version only, okay? So that's automatically programmed in, and it basically helps counteract adverse yaw. So when you're banking, the plane's not yawing in the opposite direction. So, you know, they program all that stuff in there. So let's see, and that's only on the bind and fly version of it, okay? So when I first got the plane, I set it up, I'm like, man, I didn't program in any rudder with my aileron. Okay, and I sent a message off to Horizon. They go, oh no, we programmed that in because it kind of helps out with all the adverse yaw of the plane. So, and then lots of flaps. I set up the flaps exactly like the manual said. So, and everything worked setup-wise exactly the way that they say. I put in all of the same. In fact, here, I'll show you. Let's go. This is exactly, let me see if I can put this in the middle. This is exactly how I'm flying mine. The same setup and everything. Here, I'll get right in on there. That's my flap system setup, okay? That's almost exactly per the manual, except for one thing. Position 2 at 35%, I wasn't quite getting the 40 or 45 degrees, whatever the heck it was that they said in the manual that the flaps needed. So I think they had it at 9% or something, so I went down to 35. Because that's what I needed. But the 10 and 16 seem to work just fine for the elevator mixing. So I needed a little more movement for position 2 to get that flap travel that they suggest out of this thing. So, it has a really nice, the lighting package on this thing is very, very cool. Let me see what questions you guys might have here. Let's see. Yeah, well, actually, if you said you don't think I would get it here in my hangar, I'm not sure. You mean like it won't fit kind of thing? Here's the thing is the wings and the tail come off this plane. So, and in fact, let me show you guys a few things. I'm going to show you guys the lighting package on this thing. The lights on this thing are out of this world. I mean, they're really pretty impressive. Let's see. Mike Bird. Let's see. Joe Pellegrino says, can't wait to see mine, ships Thursday. Okay. Are the lights assigned to a channel for control? That's Rob Schoenbach. Yes. The manual in the back of the manual says assign them to the knob, which I did. So since you asked that question, let me show you exactly how those things work. Here, let me move out of here, and let me show you some of the lights on. I'm going to turn the lights off so we can kind of see it better. Let's see. Hope you guys can still hear me okay. There we go. We've darkened it up a little bit. It's still daytime. I have some light coming in from a window. So, here's the lighting package is assigned to this knob. Okay, so I'll show you all how we're going to do this. It's all assigned to the knob on here. So by taking this button, this knob right here, and turning it, all of the lights come on. You can see in the background, they all just came on. And that's how it's done. So, but they come on in steps. So you can see you've got, you know, wingtip light right here. You've got one on the other side. You've got your underneath lights here. These are landing lights that actually shine forward. We'll do some nighttime flying probably with this. And then there's one right here. Oh, another feature I wanted to point out. Can you guys hear that? You hear the braking feature? The speed controller comes with the braking feature set, okay, from the factory, okay? That's intentional so you can use the prop reverse feature. So just keep that in mind. If you think your brake is set, it is set intentionally. So, so the way that this knob works is as you turn your knob just a little bit, and I showed this on the unboxing, you turn it, what happens is the first set of lights comes on. There's like 7 steps to it, I think. So you can see there's a light. Let me lift this up. As you turn the first light on, the first light comes on back here. It's really, really pretty bright, okay? And the cockpit lights are on all the time. So as you turn it a little bit more, you start getting a flasher on the tail, okay? And that's, again, that's associated with the knob. And then when you turn the knob just a little bit more, you get your front wing lights, you get your lower landing lights, there's 2 there, and I think you get wingtips. So you guys can probably see the reflection. I got the green wing light here. And there's a flasher on the end. So check that out. Look how bright that thing is there. It's just shining on my, and then you turn the knob just a little bit more, and you get more flashers. Okay, you've got your nose flasher right here. You get your wing flashers right under the wings. There's one about midway. So there's one here, right here underneath. You see, I'll show you that. There you go. And then the other one's right under here. So those are the flashers along with the nose, you can see. And then you turn a little bit more, and I'm not sure what happens. Oh, you get the backlight here. So what I can do really quick here is let me take some of this stuff off of my table. Let me spin this airplane around so we can see the back side of it. And again, guys, I got my throttle cut on, so I'm trying to do this as safely as I can without driving off the table here. So this plane is tough to maneuver with the wings on. Once the wings are off it, it's not a big deal at all. So let me get this on here, and then I'm going to chalk it here. Let me stick a chalk under the tail wheel. Talk about that. But you can see here that last step, okay, and I'll go back to this again. I turned all the lights off. When I move it a little bit, again, there's your tail flasher or tail light. You turn a little more, you get your tail flashing light there. And you turn a little more. Let's see, let me lift it up here. See if I can do this without breaking anything. Again, you turn it a little more, you get your underside landing lights and your forward-facing lights. Turn it a little more, you get your flashers under your wings. Okay, there's two, one on each side. And you go a little more, and you get this little reverse, kind of what I call the reverse light, I guess, right back here. Okay, pretty neat. So, and then of course, and that's about it. But you got lights all over this. Again, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, it's like 17 to 20. I'm not real sure, but and then, of course, you also have your cockpit lights. So let me see if I might be able to zoom in on that a little bit anyway. Let's try. So you see your cockpit lights in there? You can see them down there. Let me lower the table just a hair. That's about all we're going to get. But you guys can see right up in there. There's your cockpit lights. There's a pretty good array of his instrument panel in there, which is really pretty nice. You can see in there. So I think those are on all the time. So like if I turn the lights off here, see, even with all the lights off, those stay on all the time. So those are constant lights on all the time. So let me get this back down here, and let's see if anybody's got questions on this whole thing while I'm doing this. Here, let me back out a little bit so you guys can see what this looks like from the rear section. The details on this thing, like I said, they're just out of this world. All right, let's see, what do we got? Let me see how many guys we got watching. We got 37 guys, not bad for kind of last minute just doing this. I figured I'd show you guys something before I take it on to Seth here, since this is the launch day of it. I'm so busy packing, folks. I'm putting airplanes, tents, stakes, all kinds of stuff together. So let me see if I can answer some of these questions. Seems here, Rob Schoenbeck, he says $5.99 seems like a bargain. I've been waiting for a STOL plane. I started on Warbirds, now IDFs, but I really want a STOL plane. You'll find this airplane's really easy to fly. It's so simple to operate. It's very forgiving as long as you set it up right. It's very pleasurable. It's very relaxing to fly. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Johnson 74 Squadron definitely spoke too soon. Getting to customize your lighting is a very neat feature to have, and good power. And people need to remember, yeah, foams are less expensive and easier to repair than wood planes. That's right, yeah. And in fact, the lighting, all you do is you assign, the lighting package is pre-programmed on this plane. You don't have to do much to it. All you do is you assign it, if you have a knob, preferably you got an 8-channel at least, but if you have a knob, you assign it to the knob. If you don't have the knob, I'm not sure, there may be a switch or something, or maybe they're on or off. I'm not 100% on that, but again, you turn them on and off, and it's really pretty neat. It's a very, very nice light package. Let's see. The thing is, there's a lot here. Let's see. Dana's RC says the thing is a lot of you guys say have this plane or that plane, so I don't need DRACO. But you do have the most engineered, most detailed RC plane ever. Yeah, it is. Guys, I mean, let's face it, there's a ton of STOL planes out there. It's not a, it's not a mystery. I mean, you've got you got FMS with their what is it, the PA-18. That's a real nice STOL plane. I think even Motion's coming out with one, but there's so many of them out there, folks, that fly nice and slow. And the Timber is another one, so there's tons of them. But there's nothing like this one. I mean, the amount of detail that they put into this thing, just the shock absorbers, like here's your tail suspension, is pretty impressive. It's got lots of movement to it. You can pound this airplane into the ground, generally the landing gear, and you're not going to hurt it. Let's see what we got. Let's see, that's cool. Johnson's RC Squadron says 600 for a 2-meter wingspan airplane with customized lighting, better than the scale power is, yeah, actually a very fair deal. It is. Like I said, I think they ought to be asking more for it. It's kind of like the FMS Tiger Cat. What is it, $549? That plane should be $700 in my mind, but that's me. Let's see. Big Bad Dog 22 Wolf. Hello from Nottingham, UK. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Seen the real one up close. Fell in love with it when so glad Horizon came out with it. Yeah, they did a killer job on this thing, I gotta admit. When I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it's DRACO, but also it's like another STOL plane. There's so many STOL planes, but they killed it. I mean, if you want kind of like the ultimate STOL plane, like this is it. I mean, it is pretty neat. I mean, the stuff that it does. It also breaks down, okay? For the guys that want to transport this thing, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a breakdown of this too. Let's see. Someone says, let's see, Pontiac F says, I'm building one of the Nexa Cub with a 3W twin 55 custom landing gear, modified wings and tail. Can't wait to see till I finish that up, Bill. Yeah. Let's see. Sunny Parades. I can't read it. Let's see. Can I use a standard 7-channel with mixing for prop reversal? I think so. I don't want to definitively say that, but I think you can. I think that's enough because it comes with a 6-channel receiver, and you can program AS3X on a separate switch. I just don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to quote, but I think 7's enough. Let's see. Now got another month to wait on my NX10 to get in. Yeah, the NX10's sweet, guys. It definitely does. It's definitely the radio I think to have. It's not overly expensive. Like some of these things are thousands of dollars. This one is right in the nice price range, and you get 10 channels. There's really not much more. You need to do more than 10 channels with something. Even if you're flying something like an F-14, you can sweep the wings and everything using a 10 and program in the ailerons and to shut off and stuff. Yeah, Motion RC has the Bison. Yeah, that looks like a nice plane. That looks very cool. I mean, it looks like they've got a lot of features on it. I think it's got moving slats or something. It looks very detailed, but they also kind of got in behind this one a little bit. It's a little less expensive, I think, but also it's not DRACO. It's their own kind of version. It looks very sharp. I think they launched it kind of early here without an airplane just because they're, obviously these guys all compete with each other. So, I mean, it looks nice, but to me, this is kind of like, I mean, they're both cool. I'll have to compare them when I see them, but I think this one looks better, that's for sure. I think the DRACO is just a cool-looking plane. It just looks awesome. It doesn't look like a Cub, you know what I mean? It doesn't, like every plane looks like a Cub. So, hi, Big Bad Dog from Nottingham, from Jim in Nottinghamshire, UK. All right. Got a lot of guys from overseas. I tried to do this at 2 or 1 in the afternoon our time, so the guys overseas could see this thing. So someone says they have 2 Timbers. All right. Rich, is the LED module separate, as I would like to put a FreeSky receiver in it also. If you have your own receiver, would the reverse work? I'm not 100% sure. I think so. I think the reverser, I'm pretty sure the reverser, I'm going to guess, it's a function probably of the speed controller. So yeah, you shouldn't have a problem with that. But the lighting module is a separate module. It's in the back deck. So when I show you that in the unbox, we'll talk about that. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a couple things. Let's see. Jim Wilson is here. Jim Wilson came in. I'm not sure if yeah, okay, there he is. Oh, I already said Jim was here. So, are you planning on doing any off-runway flights other than grass? If I find myself off-runway, I just normally don't go to a place to do it. I might go to the beach. This would be a great beach plane because the tires are so huge. Probably take off and land even on the dry sand, you know. Let's see. Let me look. Let's see. We got other guys that came in. Let me try and roll call everybody here. Let's see. Jep, TJ5 is here. Let's see. MCLF01 says, hi, Rich. He's in the house. Robert K. Brooks. Love my turbo timber and night timber plus the mall 1.5 M7. Yeah, the mall's pretty cool. And land in the same distance. Yeah, this thing's unbelievable. If you guys watched my video, I was blown away. Yeah, we had some headwind, but just firewalling it, it like takes off like this. It doesn't even roll much. It just goes up. Around it goes up in the air. It's pretty darn amazing. The STOL capabilities of this plane are pretty darn awesome. Mike Bird says DRACO looks a lot better. It does. It's just a better looking airplane. It just looks cool. And it's different. It's not a Cub like everything else out there. But, you know, get what you like, guys. I mean, you know, a lot of these guys are making good airplanes. Johnson 74 Squadron. Don't use the Wi-Fi feature to update your firmware on the NX transmitter. A senior member warned me after he tried it, the transmitter completely blacked out and wouldn't turn back on. Okay, that's not a good thing. I updated mine Wi-Fi and it seemed to be okay. So, what else we got? Bruce Beamer, great show as always, Rich. I'm going to take this thing apart, guys. I'm going to show you a few more things. We ain't done yet. Let's see. Thank you for recognizing my comment, Robert K. Brooks. I'm trying here because, guys, this is a real Q&A. I'm trying not to talk monologue so much. I'm trying to do the questions this time because you guys want to know stuff. That's kind of what this is about. We'll have videos from Seth, guys. We'll be putting that out. So at least he owned up to it. Yeah, I think you're talking about Mike. Yeah. Let's see. Bruce Beamer says, great show as always. Love my Mamba. Bye too. Thanks for recommending. Oh yeah. Let's see. Need the Dubro air-filled tires. Those foam tires are not so scale. I tell you what, they work well though. They're big and they are pretty spongy for a foam tire. They're nice and spongy, so they do absorb some. Hope Scrappy gets made too once it's done. In fact, if I was going to guess, this is just me speculating, folks, but my best guess is, where did I put my drink? My best guess is that you're going to probably see, I don't know, I'm speculating, a Scrappy, which will be cool. Maybe they'll make a 2-meter Scrappy also, I hope. I don't know, we'll see. And then Mike's rebuilding DRACO. So I would imagine there's going to be a DRACO 2. I mean, because probably, you know, it's still a Wilga, so they'll probably be able to use the same molds, but make whatever mods that Mike made to the new one. Probably it's going to be a different color too, if I was going to take my best guess, so he can distinguish it. But I would imagine there will be a DRACO 2, you know, version 2 with the, you know, when the new one, when he builds it, when he makes it, so finishes it up. Let's see. Sorry I missed the first part of the show. When will it be available? Like any day now. It's supposed to be Friday. Guy says they're shipping tomorrow, so. Rich, that's Johnson 74 Squadron. One of my best flying members ever had was another club member letting me have a fly in his Carbon Z Cub SS in 4-mile-an-hour winds. Let's see, Robert K. Brooks. I have pre-ordered it and just waiting for mine to come in. Blue Angels are coming in here for the week. Oh, cool. Little Perrier. Okay. System is idle. All right. Let's break this down. Show you guys a few things. There's my full elevator travel. let me go ahead and throw the light on here, folks. All I need now is a remote for the light. I got to get one of those. Let's see here, folks. Okay, light's back on. And let's see what we got. Okay, a couple things I want to show everybody so I can really get into some detail on this. The plane is really hard to maneuver when it's put together, okay? But the tail section on this plane, and if you guys watch the unboxing, I do show this in there too. But the tail on this plane, let me see if I can back this up and get this a little closer. It's really easy to disassemble. They did a real nice job on doing that. And in fact, what I'm going to first do is I'm going to take the wings off so I can maneuver the airplane better. So, and I'm going to give you guys a couple tips here too. I was going to make a separate video, I still might, but I'll do it here too while we're at this. But there's a couple of quarter turn wing bolts here that come off. And this is how easy the wing is to take off. Okay, you take these two quarter turn wing bolts off. Okay, and then you kind of wiggle the wing just a little bit and it slides out. So you pull this out. And the nice thing is the airplane is not too heavy with one wing on, so it'll stay upright. So there's your wing. That's how easy it is to take off. And then let me put this down for a second. And we'll take the other one off here in just a second. I just moved a couple things that I wanted to show everybody here real quick. Let me put, wanted to show you guys. I put something down somewhere. What did I do with that stuff? I just moved a couple things, and a couple parts that I kept here real quick. And I want to show, oh, here they are. They're running on my radio. This is a suggestion I have for everybody. When this plane comes, and you'll see this in the unbox video, when this airplane comes to you, it will have, let me zoom in. See if I can get this. Let me maneuver this a little bit here. Yeah, can't maneuver it. It will have these transport lugs right here. And I'll show you that. Let me back up a little bit. Tell you what, let me show you that here in a second because I don't want to put the wing down. Let me put it down this way. I'll show you what I'm getting at here in a second. I haven't rehearsed this, obviously. So, but the second wing, same deal. I'm going to reach over here and grab the quarter turn bolt. I'm going to remove it. If I can get it out of there, there it is. I only put one in this side, so there's 4 of them to get those on. So you just wiggle this a little bit, and this wing comes off as well. I'm going to pull the spar through so I don't have to pull this all the way off. And that's it. That's how your wing comes off. It's extremely simple. So what I want to show everybody is your wing when it comes, and I don't want that to fall off. Okay? All right. When your wing comes, it has a couple of these, and I'm going to go stand in front of the camera so I can show it to you in better detail. And you guys probably, if you watch the unbox video, you'll see this, okay? But, you know, here's the end of your wing. This is what it looks like. Your quarter turn wing bolts go right here, okay? But it comes transported with these little pieces of wood, just for transport, okay? But what I did is I cut one, okay, so it looks like this, and I'm getting ready to cut this one off. I just hadn't had a chance. The reason for this, and I'll show you this, this is kind of a big deal, I think, with this airplane, is, let me zoom out here just a little bit, is that you want to be able to transport this wing without damaging it. And if you look at the end of this thing, you can see all of your connectors right here, okay? And if you put this down, this is just a cosmetic, like, hand grab rail, I think. I'm not really sure what that is on the real airplane, but you can see you've got all these pins, you've got all these connectors, and man, you can ding those if you put this on the ground. So here's what I did, is I cut the end of this thing off, and I used this little piece of wood transport to transport this. Okay, so when I transport this, if I want to, I can now put this down on something, okay, and it'll sort of protect the connections and the pins so you don't damage those. So now you can actually take this thing, let me go wide here for everybody. Now you can actually take this thing and you can put it down, not on the wingtip, okay, but you can now put it on the ground like this. and you're not going to harm your pins or connectors. So that's kind of what I did. So I'll pull this wing up here so I'm not putting it on the wingtip. And what I do is now I can stand them up. Same thing with this one. And I'll show it to you this way too again. This one I'm probably going to cut again. I just haven't gotten to it. So, but you just stick that in there. And that's why I kept these. So there's a lot of packaging in this plane that lets you put these in. And actually, I don't want to do that just yet because I'm going to show you something else. This goes on here like this. Okay, and I'll tighten that up. So anyway, now when we can stand this up, we can put this down somewhere without having to worry about, without having to damage the thing. So you can see here, when you put this down on a table, boom, it's not going to hurt the pins or the wings. So that's just a suggestion. That's just something I'm doing. Also, something else I found with this airplane that was sort of a pain. Not a big deal. This is just a tip. Just offering some tips here. Put this down. Is that these things right here. And I mentioned this to Horizon actually, so let me see if I can show this here. These are the wing pins here. Let me show you. Let me back off here a little bit. Yeah, it's not working out that great. Let me hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this one out of here so I can show everybody how this is and how I fixed it. Give me 1 second, folks. I don't really want to fool around with my connection here, so let me back away a little bit. All right, here we go. All right. So you can see right here what these things look like. Let me zoom in, show you what that is. All right. These are your wing pins. Okay, your wing, your quarter turn, I call them quarter turn, like cam bolts. So in fact, I'll stand right in front of them. So you can see here the difference between the two of these. This one right here, which I'll show you, this is the stock one. I found this thing to be really difficult to grip. There's not a lot of grip on this darn thing. And every time I turn it and then try to take it out, and it's sliding with my fingers. Okay, and it's hard to get off. It's almost like you don't have anything even to stick your nails in. So what I did is I took this one and using a Dremel wheel, I just cut in here a little bit. So now, and I did it on both sides, right there. And the purpose of that is that now when I grab this thing, I can stick I got a little pocket kind of to stick my fingers in. Oops. Hopefully you guys can still hear that. Sorry about that. Hit the camera button real quick. Hopefully you guys are still with me here. I just, what I did was I cut a little notch here. So now I got something to grip. Now there's a place to put my fingers in, and there's a little edge there, and I can pull this thing off. So you can see how nice that is, and how that's easy to grab now. So anyway, just one little mod I made. Sorry about that little delay there. Hopefully everybody's still on board with me here. So let's go wide on the camera. Let me just do a quick heads up. You guys lost video for just a second because I pushed a button. Is everybody back on? Just give me a thumbs up or let me know if you guys are still getting good video and stuff. So the wing bolts are plastic. They're just it's like a cam bolt, and you just put it in, you quarter turn it. Okay, so that's really all there is to it. So, but I took a Dremel wheel, and I'll try to zoom. I'm in a bad position to do this, and I'm afraid that if I don't do this, I just took a Dremel wheel. It took me 2 seconds to do this. Just gave it a little notch in there. Okay, so we don't. And in fact, here actually I can show that. Let me undo this. I'll just take that. I just don't want to mess with my wires because I don't want to lose signal. Make sure you guys got good signal still. I just want to make sure you guys are still with me here because I lost video for a second, but I think everything else was good. Just because I pushed the button by mistake. So, and this is how it is. I'll stand right up here in front of it. So all I did is I took this and I cut kind of down in here and made it sort of deeper on the inside, but left it high right here on the end of it. Okay, so again, now I can stick my fingers in there and I can turn this and get it off. So again, just a little spin of a Dremel wheel on this side, a little spin of it on this side right here, and you will now be able to grip this thing, because I was using pliers to take this darn thing off. Not that it was hard. You could turn it easy enough. Hang on a second. That was giving me the signal there. It was easy enough to turn it, okay, but I could not grip this. My fingers just slide off it. And once you do this, it's real easy to get off of there. So anyway, that's a tip that just made it really much easier getting the wing bolts off on this thing. This spar is about the mightiest spar I think I've seen in a little while here. It is thick. let me bring this up close too. This thing is pretty serious. Okay, it's very, very thick. You can see right here. It is a super ultra thick spar, and it's carbon. You can see the lines in it. You can see how tough it is. And then I'll back away here. It's very, very rigid. It's very, very thick walled. So they put a very, very mighty spar, and that's all there is. There's just this one spar, but you try to bend this, and I could probably hang from this if I needed to, you know, with my hands. It's a tough, thick walled spar. So they did a nice job with that. So we are still plugged in. I still got my safety on, and here's the deal with the tail. The tail on this is awesome. To transport this, the tail on this thing's huge, okay? But if you pop off, okay, only 3 ball lengths, okay? And I'll zoom in. I show this in the unbox video as well, so you guys will be able to, you'll be able to see all that in there. Let me see if I can actually zoom in on this one. Let me see if I can, I think I'm the lowest on my thing. But if you pop off your elevator link, which I didn't secure, I left it undone so I could show you this a little easier. And you pop off these 2 ball links for these 2 supports. There's just 3 ball links. That's all it is. Then you can reach under here. You just grab this little it's a little catch here. It's a little, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a little flange here, but you push it down, and then your elevator just slides off. That easy, and that's it. So I'll zoom in here actually. Again, I show all this in the unboxing in much better detail probably than I can show you here, but let me go zoom in on this one more time. But this will let you see it better because I have to invert the airplane to show you this. But this is the little lever that locks the tail in place. And if you look at the underside of the tail, you can see what that looks like. So that thing just slides right onto there, and it's that easy. 3 ball links, and this is your little snap catch, okay, that locks your elevator on. So if you want to talk about storing this airplane and transportability, it's not a problem. So 4 quarter turn wing cam bolts, okay, 3 ball links, and a little snap catch, and you've got your elevator, you've got your wings off, and this thing is not that big. It's actually, take a look at it, it's pretty small. It's the wingspan that is absolutely, you know, ridiculously big. So this part is actually pretty small. You could fit this in a tiny car, actually. It's not that big. It's just, you know, what do they say? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, I guess you could say, with this airplane. So the fuselage is this big. I mean, it's a nice size, but it's not massive. The wingspan's ridiculous. So, but they come off just by doing this, no wires. So, you know, for transporting, if you guys have a small car and you got second thoughts about getting this in, you won't have any problem. I mean, each wing, let me put this over here. Yeah, come on in, guys. I'm just doing a live show, okay? Well, not yet, not now. Kids just walked home from school, so they're downstairs. So they figured out that the door was open, but that's your wing, folks. It's not that massively, you know, huge of a thing. So, and what I'll do is I'm going to put one of these back on so I can kind of protect the end of this thing. Let me put one of these on, make sure I put the right one back on. I'm getting ready. I was getting ready to do a video on this, so I did 3 of these, but left one alone so I can show you guys what the other one looks like. So, but yeah, man, this is cool. I mean, the details on this are super, super nice. Let me get to questions here, folks. Let me see if guys have questions that, I don't want that to slide away. Let's see what we got. All right, 54 guys watching. Thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. It's definitely nice when I do this quickly. Sometimes I don't know what you need. Quick. I'm live right now. I don't have time for you to stare at me. So one of my kids just came up the stairs, and they're like, what? All right, well, hey, I'm on live here, so I gotta do this. Yeah, kids just came up. So let's see, any questions here? Jackson RC Aviation. Skip Built is here. Who else? I took a second away from the chat log, so I'm kind of going through that. Let's see. Y'all, tail is as big as a... Yeah. Jep TJ5 says, yeah, tail is as big as a few of my plane's wings. You're right. The tail's big. I mean, look at this. So it's really nice that Horizon made this so it comes off easy. Here's the other thing. You can see how much elevator you got. You got 3D elevator here, but what they did do too, and I showed this in the unbox, is that they did it right though. Okay, they went and they put in here actual hinges. You can see some of the paint cracking, that's okay, but those are actual hinges in there. They are CA style hinges in there, but there's like 5 of them in there. So there's one in the middle, 2 towards the end. So they put some real darn hinges on here. You know, it's not just a foam hinge on this whole thing. So you've got a lot of, plus you got a lot of spar in here. You know, they've got all the corrugations, you know, that you would expect. Okay, but you've got a spar here, here, and here running almost the length of it, with some plastic inserts and things, doublers, you know, to strengthen it and stuff. So, so anyway, the tail goes on real nicely with that, again, that center latch, okay, right here. But you also have these 2 that support it. These are actually mechanical. These keep it from kind of rolling on you on, and they also keep it from sliding, the tail from sliding off. You just want to make sure that it definitely is kind of locked in place. But yeah, it's a big tail, that's for sure. So it's almost like you said, the size of the wings on some of these planes. So it's kind of crazy. So let's see what else we got. Let me get down to some of these. Brooks, hello. We got 55 guys watching. Thanks for coming in, folks. If you guys want to see the prior part of the video, if you missed it, just just preview the video, watch it again because it'll be up on the channel. I'll leave it alone. So wonder if it will fit into a Toyota Tundra with the cap. Yeah, probably. It's not too tall. I mean, I don't know, it's maybe a foot or 2 or something. It's not all that big, just the way it is. So it's very skinny. You see it. I mean, there's nothing to this when you take the wings off of it. It's got a tall tail, but you know, not bad. That's all it is. So it's very easy to transport. Again, guys, they had that in mind when they made this. They didn't say, hey, we're just going to make people a monster airplane and make it hard to transport. They thought about it. They really did. So family is a great thing. You must be a cool dad. I hope so. I hope so. But none of my kids are into this stuff. I mean, anyway. Let's see, who else is here? Let's see, Dana's RC, Nate, you tried FW190. Yeah, let's see. Your kids fly with you. No, they don't. I wish they would, but my girlfriend's kids are coming with us to the event. Or Amy's going to be there, my girlfriend, so she'll be at Ceph coming up here. So, let's see, Joe Pellegrino. Time to get back to work later. Thanks for coming. Winston Cryer's here. I have 4 grandsons. They all want to fly. I wish my kids would. Fly a full-size lake amphibian. Yeah, let's see. Dana's. Let's see what else we got. All right, I'm at the end of the chat log here. Loved your 1600mm Spitfire. Hey, Jackson Aviation. I let my 5-year-old grandson fly my Cub with tandem box. He loves it. Captain Morgan, please. R. Yeah. Cool beans. We'll have Evan Williams, though, not Captain Morgan itself. Let's see. I can't take that number. Let's see. That's my sister calling me. Let's see. Cool beans. Good stuff, Rich. What's the length of the elevator? Of the elevator RCI? I don't know what that means. What's the length of this thing? I'd have to measure it. Oh, do I have a tape measure on me? Do I have something to measure? Oh, I do. Here, look. I have one of these. Let's see. See what we got. The elevator is, if anybody wants to know. Let's see, let's pull this open here. See if I can do this without breaking anything. Let's see here. The elevator looks like it's about, yep, system's idle. Elevator is about, systems inactive. No, there you go. We're looking at 2 feet, 2 inches. So 26 inches roughly. 26 inches is what that is. So there's your length to it. Let's see, I'll put that back in there. Wind this baby back up. And then length here, let's see. The height of this thing sitting down, the top of the prop, let's see what we got. We're looking at 1 foot 9 inches there. And to the tail is 1 foot 4, 1 foot 5. And then probably with the props this way, that's the lowest it is. And you can take the prop off easy. 1 foot 7 inches roughly, 1 foot 8 inches. So, you know, that's what you got there. So, pretty decent dimensions. So, let's see. Anyone going to be a Top Gun in Lakeland? I was going to go to Top Gun, but that I had planned to actually. So, I actually paid for it too. But I said, hey, and then as soon as I found out that, I think it's, oh, is it the same week as? Oh, that's right. It's the same week as the Rhine event. So let me put that in here. I'm also going to be here, folks. So if you guys can show up to this, this is the Imperial RC Pilot Rhine Electric Fly-In. I'm going to be there as well with all of this stuff too. We're bringing 4 airplanes to this. We're bringing glue. We're bringing all the same stuff. So if you guys, you know, if you plan to go to Joe and All and you want to go to a cool fly-in during that time, I'm going to be here as well. So, and we're going to basically do back-to-back shows here. We'll have, again, stands, once again, airplane stands from Ernst. Okay, Jerry they already shipped them, so they're there. We'll have foam tack for everybody as well. Afterburner giveaways. Again, Banana Hobby's throwing in 2 airplanes. FMS has given us 1. And Hobby Zone, I think they're also giving us a Husky as well. So, so again, cool event to come to, folks. Got it wrong again. Hey, I'm doing a live show. Not now. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I'll be done soon. All right, bye. All right, I want the kids to come over and play. We'll do that here shortly. So I got to go pick up my kids here shortly. Anyway, so I probably got another maybe half hour here, guys. We can stay on and chat. So let's see. Skip Bill RC said, thank you. Needed to know for storage. Yeah, storing this plane, guys, is easy. It ain't a big deal at all. It's just that when you get it together, it's stupidly ginormous. But that's not a problem. They factored that in when they put this thing together. So, but anyway, guys, come to both of these events. Once again, you know, we'll be at CEF here this weekend. We'll be at the Pilot Rhine event after that, so come check them both out. We're there with all the same sponsors. We'll have lots of giveaways for everybody, so come on out, check it out. It's gonna be cool. So do me a favor, guys, if you can, pass this video around to people. It really helps out. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, lunchtime. Yeah, foam tack. We'll have foam tack for everybody. All the cool fly-ins are east of me. Looking forward to your next video. Number 5 just came over. Okay. Hey, Victor. Yeah, it's huge. Winston Cryer is here. Where's the event at? Well, this one right here, the address is on it. You can check out my YouTube channel. It's there as well. We also have it on Facebook. But CEF is the Southeast Electric Flight Festival, April 26th through May 1st. This is Hodges Hobbies Field. That's some robocall. Southeast Electric Flight Festival, April 26th, May 1st. Hodges Hobbies, it's right on there, guys. Hodges Hobbies Field, 428 Neil Hodges Road, Andersonville, Georgia. So check it out. Register at cefweek.com, although I think the registration process is over. In fact, I even forgot to register. I was so busy putting sponsors together and stuff. So I called them and said, hey, guys, I'm still coming, you know. So thanks again for this great show, Skip Bill RC. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, appreciate it. Hit the like button. We always appreciate all that. The detail on this thing, guys, is pretty cool. I'll go into a couple more things since everybody's here. The battery compartment floor. I'll flip this here this way. Again, you can see the model's pretty easy to maneuver. Here, let me get rid of the thing up here. The model's pretty easy to maneuver overall. Here, let me zoom in. You can see my battery compartment area there. I put my shelf liner down in there to support a battery. You can run this 3200 pack in there as well. So I was running a 5, but lots of carbon spar in here. This is a huge carbon spar. The nose of this is thin, but it runs into this basically this giant motor mount that they have here. This is the plastic part of it, or actually right back here. This is the huge plastic mount with this up front, the metal area, and then the motor is in there. 400 kV motor in there, 2 straps. Battery compartment's pretty much perfect. They didn't screw it up. They got the battery compartment right. You just have to decide, you know, do you want to put Velcro down there or do you want to put shelf liner? I use shelf liner, so that's that. And then the details are awesome. You know, like the antennas back here. You know, like I'll zoom. I don't want to do that. Let me zoom in here, show everybody. You can see the antenna back here, that tail light. Let me get here. Let me show you that. Let me go this way with it. Actually, let's go like this. Yeah, there you go. And then this rear hatch is pretty cool. There's your rear antenna. You got an antenna underneath as well. You can see it. Actually, let me back away. My camera positioning is off today, so I'm a little behind with all the camera stuff. But you got this antenna right here, real neat. You got this one here. These are metal antennas, actually, folks. So, and these just glue right in. It's pretty cool. And then you know, you've got your suspension components here. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can get in on one of these here. See if we can show you this. Let me come up with this a little bit. I'll bring the table up. Bring it up, Charlie. Bring the lift up. All right, there we go. And you can see we should focus on that. Why are we not focusing on that? There we go. There's your suspension components there. And you can see as I compress this, how nice of a compression you get. These are like, I think Mike Patey used like truck shocks, like off-road truck shocks for this. So they duplicated these right down to the last detail, even so far as to put the proper branding and placarding. So I would imagine they probably paid some price on this for branding. Here, I'll see if I can raise this. No, let me lower it a little bit. You can see there, these are King. Let me see if I can turn this. I'm going to lose it. These are like King off-road shocks, and they're just really pretty impressive. The detail, like I said, is pretty incredible. And here's another detail I think is pretty neat that they did to this thing. And it's the just the rear window itself is very cool. Let me put this cowling over here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this thing. Let's go up with this a little bit. No, let's go down with it a little bit. The rear window is pretty darn cool. Let me go zoom in on this baby. See if I can get that's about as low as I'm going to get that. But let's take a look. Let me put the cowling back here real quick. Yeah, this is nice. Look what they did with this darn thing. Again, this is in the unboxing, but check this out. There's little handles back here. You lift this off, okay? And there's your rare earth magnets. Man, people just got to get a hold of me here. Oh, I'll take that one later. I have to call her back shortly. That's Carol Tiano giving me a ring during my live show here. So she's sending us the glue, so I'll have to talk to her here shortly. But here's what we got, folks. This is the rear window, rare earth magnets. And then right down here, this is where you guys were saying, there's the light controller board that we were all talking about. So, and there it is. And the receiver is right under it. So it's all in there ready to go. That's the light controller board, I'm pretty sure. So it's very nice and very neat and very organized the way they did it. The only problem I had is there was not a, the antennas were kind of, one antenna goes through a tube in the middle, and the other one I mounted right to the top edge of that, which we showed during the last video, the flight demo that we did. So, but it's really nice and organized how they did this. It's very neat and clean. There's no wiring here. Once you put this once you put that hatch cover on there, you see how nice that is. And then of course, you know, your rear window just fits right on there. Rare earth magnets, one at the top, one at the bottom. It even has the strut supports on there. So Very nice detail, all plastic, very expensive making plastic parts like that, folks, on this stuff. So, and then this is a better view here. Give you a quick view, guys, of the tail wheel on this. See if I can get that up there. Yeah, tail wheel's really cool on this. Let me flip a switch here. Hang on. System idle. Yes, I know I got that. We got that. Yeah, okay, we got that. All right, let's see. System idle. Yeah, I hate it when my radio talks to me. I know these things have voice features, guys. I'm not really into the voice features. I'd rather just have those things off. But check out the tail suspension on this thing. Look how nice this is. It's got tons of compression. And here's another tip too, guys. I found that I couldn't taxi this plane on the grass as tight as or on the pavement as tight as I wanted to. So I actually went here and moved these to the inner hole. I'll see if I can zoom in. And I think that gave me a little more turning. You can see right here. I had them initially on the outer hole, okay? But I moved my Z-bends to the inner hole for the springs. And that seemed to give me a bit more control out of it. So let me back off here. Back off on the zoom here. It seemed to give me some more tail wheel because the tail wheel is sort of an indirect, it's a little bit of an indirect movement in there, okay? And if you move them to the inner holes, you'll get a little more tail wheel movement. But the spring is there for dampers, so you're not, you know, mostly you're really using your rudder to steer this thing, okay? Prop wash over your rudder. So keep that in mind. A little thrust and a little rudder gets you around a turn a little quicker because the spring is really set up as a sort of an indirect, like a damper type thing. So sort of a shimmy damper type of a thing. So anyway, and that is it, folks. Like I said, the detail's awesome. One of the coolest features, too, that they did to this, let me see if I can zoom a little more on this. And let me get down just a little bit. I'm going to bring the table down a bit because I want to show you guys. All of the servos are covered with these cool hatch covers. Notice you really don't see the servo in there. Let me see if I can get this now. I got to bring it closer this way. Yeah, that's a challenge here today. But you see the hatch cover right here? They got everything all covered up real nice. So you don't have, you know, you don't have a whole bunch of just blind servos sticking out. You got the arm. You got nice thick rods everywhere. And then also, here's a neat cover that they made. I'm going to flip this on the underside so everybody can see this. And I show this in the unbox also. But if you go to the tail of the airplane here, this is the elevator servo hatch cover right here. So let me reach over and grab this so you guys can see how nice this is. You lift that up and there's your elevator servo. It's put in, it's got a very thick push rod that you can see there. And you can see that it's put in with its rare earth magnets that hold this thing in place. Just one there and one on this side. Really cool. And let me put that, so I can get that back in there. So, let me see if I can, I can't see it. I'm doing this blind, folks, from where I can't see it. So, get that in place. There we go, and that's it. So rare earth magnets hold that hatch cover in place. So they went crazy with the hatch covers on this airplane. So it's pretty nice what they did to this. You can see the detail back there. Again, there's your tail wheel, suspension there, all the corrugations in here. Nice compression with your king shock here. I can show you there the king shock and what that looks like. Here, I'll bring it up. Let's see if we can get in on that. There we go. See the camera. There you go. King suspension. I think it even says right there, King off-road. Yeah, King off-road shocks. Off-road racing shocks. So I'm assuming these are car shocks that Mike put on this thing, that Patey put on this thing. So very neat. All metal reinforced tail wheel. Nice and tough. It'll handle some serious hits. So yeah, pretty darn cool airplane, folks. So what I'll do is I'll reassemble it really fast here. Man, that instrument panel's cool. I wonder if I can get in on that again, because that is just a cool feature. Let me see if I can lower this, see if I can get in on that any better. I wonder if we could go through, actually I might be able to go through here. Let's see. I don't know if I can zoom. Yeah, you can see the instrument panel through there. Look. Here, let me zoom. Yeah, let's see. Let me lower. Yeah, that's about it there. See the instrument panel through the rear window a little bit here. I'll get down low. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can see there with the stick. But yeah, really neat on the instrument panel there. That's a better shot of it right there. It's hard to get this thing low, but you can see the instrument panel. It looks like there's two green displays and a red one in the center. So, but yeah, really neat overall. So what I'll do is I'm going to put the tail back on there. I think we're about done, folks. This is pretty neat. Any last minute questions here, folks? And we'll talk about it. Let's get this back together. I'll show you how easy it is to get back together here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to slide it into place. Let it lock, and that's it. It locks in place. You basically just snap your two ball links for your struts on here, which I'm not going to really do because I got to get this down to the garage because we're taking it to Seth here next. And then you pop your elevator linkage on right there. And that's it. That's all you got to do to get your tail on. It's that simple of a thing. You just snap those three ball links. And then let me turn this around. Let me get my rear cover back on. Let's get that in place. There we go. We'll turn this around. And let's get, yeah, that tail thing came off there. That's okay. We'll put our spar through. You guys can see right here. And then let's get the first wing. I'm going to unhitch my little wood keepers here. Again, these were in the box to transport it, so we'll get that out of there. And this is nice too because the wings, as you can see, all the servo hatch covers right there are you can see how nice that is. They're covered. But you can still stick a screwdriver through that oval slot, and you can adjust your rod. It's an easy connector, or sorry, yeah, an easy connector in there. So, and then there's one light. That's a flasher there. And as we go down here, you can see right under the skull there, right under the skull there, this is where the hatch cover is. And you can see the screw down in there for adjustment. And then these are your wing lights right here. These are your landing lights. Those are two lights there that face forward. So perfectly scale, exactly like the full scale, exactly like the full scale airplane is. So pretty cool overall. Flaps are awesome on this. You can see the flaps are like a slotted, sort of a slotted combination Fowler type Fowler type. Actually, that's the aileron. I take that back. Here's the flap. It's sort of a Fowler type. It's really a slotted is what it is, but it's sort of a combination sort of the two right there. And you can see how that gives you all that extra lift with that flap down. So really neat. So it is slotted. It's hinged off a little bit so you get a nice curve. You see the bottom curvature of the wing there? So very high lift wing with that slat and that flap. It's yeah, it's pretty awesome. Super high lift. That's why it's not a real good plane to fly inverted, because it's curved, it's cambered, all that, so it's really meant to fly upright with a ton of lift. So when you fly it inverted, it's trying to lift it the wrong way. So, but anyway, real nice wing panel. So, but let's get this on. Oh, and then here's the other thing that's really cool about this is the counterweight. Let me zoom in on that. Two features here on the wing. This is the counterweight. Let me move in front of the camera. This is actually a real counterweight. It's really not just a scale detail on the plane. This is a real counterweight. That's a brass weight up there. There's a little nick in my paint, and you can see the brass actually through it. So, and this just screws on. It's a simple screw right through the back to put that on. And then these are the whiskers that keep your wing from dragging. In fact, I actually dragged one the other day in my flight video, so check that out. In the real plane, these are carbon fiber. I watched Mike Patey talk about this. He designed this in so if you're ever going to drag a wing, instead of the wing biting into the ground, via the light up front, this would strike the ground first and slide and prevent you from catching a wing, in the event of an accident. Sure enough, apparently that saved him when he had the accident he had with it, and he indicated that he could see, he looked out or something, he saw this skipping along the ground instead of the wing, biting in right away. So that was a good design feature that he put in. But you can see the corrugations in here, all your panel lines and everything, how detailed this whole thing is. You guys can see the decal application and all the corrugation. There's spars in all the flight control surfaces. So real nice. Even the aileron's got a spar running the length of it all the way along here. So super nice. Top of the wing, same deal. Lots of details. I don't know what all these things are. There's a lot of fins on the top. I don't know if these are vortex generators or if these are actuators, arms or something for the ailerons and flaps and stuff. This almost looks like a fuel, like a gas tank or something. I'm really not sure. I know there's gas in the wheel pants, but look at the leading edge here, the leading edge slat, and the rivet detail on that thing. I mean, check that out. That's what I'm saying. I could talk about this plane forever because there's just so much detail that they put into this thing. It's yeah, the slats are fixed. It is a fixed slat. I think Jan Lolling asked that question. It is a fixed slat. You glue it on. There's 5 positions of the slat that you glue it in with. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, it's not really focusing great on there. Let's see if I can get, yeah, there you go. It's a fixed slat, and there's 5 verticals you can see right through there. You just glue it on. I used CA, I used Zap to glue it on with, and that's it. It is just a fixed slat. It does not move. So, and that's how the real airplane is. You can see it right down there, right down the line. So really, really neat. Yeah, very, very cool design. And again, you can see your wing tip, the edge of your wing right here, and all your connections and stuff. There you go, real nice. So anyway, with that, let's get the rest of this back together, and we'll conclude, and I'll go pick up my kids. So all we got to do, again, folks, just taking this as is, sliding this thing on. We'll slide it into place. Let's see. Radio's barking at me. System idle. Yeah, we know. So, and that's really it, folks. You got to be careful of the slat. You can damage this. It's foam, but it does have a carbon spar running through it. So anyway, you just put this on, kind of squeeze it together. I use this sometimes to grab it and kind of squeeze the thing together, and then just put a 1/4 turn, one of these cam bolts under here. I can find one of the holes here. Just reach in there, get it locked in, and then turn it so it's vertical. It's just a 1/4 turn. That's all it is. And let's see, the last wing. One thing I actually, one complaint I do have about the plane is these antennas. I wish that these antennas, they're metal, but I wish the factory, and I talked to Horizon if they could find a way to make a way to these snap on and off, and I could probably invent something to do that. Maybe I'll do that with the future, but these are metal. They're really nice. The base is plastic, but this part of the antenna is metal. Great detail, but trying to transport this wing with that antenna sticking up is a pain. So I'll probably come up with a kind of a retrofit or a sort of a fix for that for you guys, so, and for myself, because it is a pain transporting it like that. So let me make sure this spar is all the way down. It looks like it is. And let me unscrew the 2 of these. And my little mod makes it easy to take these off. So it's nice. We'll line this up. And you notice the plane stands up pretty good with one wing. So it's not like it's fallen out of balance with one of these huge wings on it. It pretty much stands up on its own, even with just one of these huge wings on here. So slide this baby on. We'll get it lined up. Pull this together here. There we go. And I'm going to put just one of these 1/4 turn bolts on. I'm not going to do them both because this thing's going right down back to the garage so it can go off, get transported on to our Seth event. So Southeastern Electric Fun Fly, once again, folks. Yeah, we'll be there with this thing, so we'll be bringing it. So, all right, let me check out the chat log here. Still 50 guys here. Thanks for coming, guys, once again. I know it's I kind of did this sort of last minute, but we just found out yesterday we could do all this stuff. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, slats are fixed. Alan Gentry's here. Juan Carlos Escala. He's writing in Spanish, I think, or something. I can't tell it. Necesito este avión. So it means he has to have that airplane, I think is what that means. Let's see. Let's see. Slats are fixed, or they glued on. Yes, the slats are fixed and they glue on. That's correct. On the Bison for Motion RC, they are fully functional. Yeah, but you know, do you really need a fully functional slat? Yeah, that's true. But it's also another thing to go wrong. It's another servo. It's another. I mean, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it gives it more of a speed, capable speed range. So. But it does look pretty nice. Robert Brooks. Let's see. Ooh, I missed. Let's see. I'm trying to answer a few more questions. Should have made them functional also. Well, I don't think Mike Patey in the real world, I don't think his slats, I think, are fixed. I don't think the real airplane has movable slats. So it's a complexity that you add to the wing, you know, that, you know, can cause problems. Tires are foam, someone asked. Let's see. Ian Bowen asked, are the tires foam? Yep, but they have great, they're really spongy. So they have some real good, as you can see, real good compression, you know, to the whole thing. So, but yeah, they're all solid, they're foam, but they are spongier than I would have expected. They're not hard as a rock. If you watch the flight video, you'll see it absorbs the shock pretty good. So, let's see, what else? Pontiac said, make them magnetic. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, making the antennas magnetic. You have to figure a little of that, how to do that, but yeah, that could be done. Let's see, foam rubber ones can be put on it, but we'll have to CG it again. I don't think the CG, it's almost on the CG. They're not that, it depends on how heavy they are if you put a heavier tire on. So let's see, what else do we have here? Rich just got back from flying. That's Wilson White Owl. We're getting ready to go, guys, because I got to go pick up my kids from school. So, and we've been here about 2 hours, got 60 guys watching. So I really appreciate everybody coming. So spread this, this video around. We went over a lot of stuff with this video. So really cool airplane, DRACO here. Let's see, just curious about the P40, who makes it? It's Banana Hobby. If you click on my link in the description below, it'll take you right there to Banana Hobby anyway. Just type in P40. That's the 1100 millimeter, and we'll have that at the event at CEF coming up here. So, and yeah, I got some floats over here that are in the way. All right, and let's see. See where I can get a gas plane. Let's see. Sorry, I was outside. Robert Brooks watching a squadron coming in here at Marine Corps Air Station MCAS. Wow, that's one sweet plane. All right, Captain Morgan. All right. Okay, guys. Any other last minute kind of questions? Because we're probably gonna call it for today. I just want to give everybody sort of a quick question and answer on the DRACO since we were allowed to launch it today. You know, a little early, a little ahead of time, and wanted to give everybody a preview of it. Again, guys, we'll have this at CEF if you guys can come. Again, I will throw that up here real quick. We'll be here April 26th, May 1st, all next week. We'll be there flying. So if you guys can come, if you can make it, definitely check it out. Please subscribe, folks. Let's see. I'm going to show Robert Brooks's message there. YouTube, please subscribe. RJ Morgan B2. Let's see. This weekend will be bittersweet. I'll have the DRACO, but the weather looks terrible to fly. Okay, so safe journeys, Rich. We'll be looking out for the show videos. Yeah, we'll try to put them out. Actually, I'll bring some stuff that I can do, that I can get done while I'm there, while it's going to be crappy when we get there. So, any idea? That was from WR Exorcism there. Any idea when it's supposed to clear up? I hadn't really looked at the weather up there around this time. So, Wilson White Owl says, have a good day, Rich. Safe travel. Go get the kids. Yeah, I'll go get them here shortly. Captain Morgan, Robert Brooks. Yeah, we'll have Captain Morgan there, I guess. Take care, Rich. Thanks for the video. Great job, Rich. Might have to get one. Yeah, they're nice. Olson Aviation Crew Chief. Again, check out the flight. We'll have more flights of it, too. Check out the unbox. The unbox I did, it's long, but man, it's detailed. We went into a lot, and we talked about a lot of that here today too, but these little steps are kind of a neat detail, so very cool. Very, very cool airplane. DRACO, so very, very neat. So let's see what else we got. Johnson 74 Squadron, currently working on an essay outline about the F4. Got to get back to it later, dudes. All right, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Monday for us looks good. I'm in Maryland. Okay, so all right, good to know. So it looks like the weekend's going to be a little rainy, and then sounds like it'll be better after that. So I'll get there, and I'm going to set up. You know, I'll put some airplanes out there. Hopefully maiden it Monday. Yeah, I'll be flying it too when we get there. So, but I got a lot of setting up to do. I got to bring 20 or so airplanes to the event. So, Pontiac F, great show. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Yep. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Again, we had about 50 or 60 guys tops, so not bad for just kind of off the cuff, doing some video. So anyway, guys, with that, again, I'll be at CEF, and then after that, 10 days later, I'll be at the Pilot Rhine event. There's the flyer for it. Again, folks, I will be bringing free giveaways for all this stuff for everybody. So come on out if you can. It's going to be a big time. Even if you can come for a few days, it'll be neat. I'll be giving out some glue and stuff at the tent. Come see us. Look for the banners. I have an RCINFORMER banner. I'll have an FMS banner. I'll have an Ernst banner there. I'll have a Zap banner there as well. Banana Hobby banner. So look for all those banners. It's all going to be grouped. You'll see my 20 by 20 tent. I'll be there kind of showing off all that stuff. So, anyway, yeah, hope to see you all at the event. I'm going to let you all go. Thanks for coming. Check out DRACO. Please like and subscribe to the channel again, folks. Hit that like button. That gets us recognized more by YouTube, shares our videos, and please use our description, links in the description below to get it playing. If you guys want to get one of these, use our links. It supports us and supports all the events we're going to. So anyway, guys, thank you once again for coming. I appreciate everybody watching and coming. Share the video. And as always, guys, signing off. We'll see y'all next time.